Buddhist sermon. Buddhist sermon is delivered by Venerable Dr. Deniyaye, Pangnaloka Buddharakkita Tero.
නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස පුරිසස්ස හි ජාතස්ස කුඨාරී ජායතේ මුඛේ යාව චින්දති අත්තානං බාලෝ දුබ්බාසිතං භනන්ති නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස සබ්බ පාපස්ස අකරණං කුසලස්ස උපසම්පදා සචිත්ත පරියෝදපනං ඒතං බුද්ධාන සාසනං. Dear friends of the Dhamma, today we are going to spend this time for another session of Dhamma to think about a very valuable piece of teaching from the teachings of the Buddha. There are several verses in the entire Sutta Pitaka, the collection of discourses by the Buddha, the collections of the teachings of the Buddha. When those teachings which are preserved in sentences, verses, discourses, narrations, discussions and Jataka stories, when they were collected and put together, that entire collection is called the Sutta Pitaka. In this Sutta Pitaka, there are few verses that summarize the entire teachings of the Buddha. The verse we quote today, Sabba Papassa Akaranang, Kusalassa Upasampada, Sachitta Pariyodapanang, Etang Buddhana Sasanang, is one such very valuable verse in which the entire teachings of the Buddha could be summarized. There are other verses of the similar nature. For example, you might already know that in the Anuradhapura period, around 500 AD, very erudite monk named Venerable Buddhaghosa came from India, and he wanted to translate the then available Sinhalese commentaries on the Tipitaka, the teachings of the Buddha. It's explained that Venerable Buddhaghosa wanted to do so not for any personal reason, but when he considered where he could find commentaries, explanations for difficult words, difficult concepts, and difficult verses, discourses, etc., he came to know that they are available at Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, but they are in Sinhala language, ancient Sinhala language. Then there were students, then those who were interested in teachings of the Buddha, they needed those commentaries, and therefore Venerable Buddhaghosa was asked by his teacher, Venerable Buddhadatta, to go to Sri Lanka and translate those Sinhalese commentaries into English, into Pali. Now they are available all in English. When this Venerable Buddhaghosa visited the Mahavihara at Anuradhapura, the then world famous Buddhist University of Theravada Buddhist Studies, at that university, the Mahavihara, the Venerable Chancellor, head monk, was Most Venerable Sanghapala Thera. Then this young monk, who was very much well known for his expertise in the teachings of the Buddha and erudition in Eastern languages, etc., he went to meet this great monk. Then, before handing over the Sinhalese commentaries to be translated into Pali, he asked to do another work, that is, to write a summary to the entire Tipitaka. Then, for writing this summary, he selected one verse, that is, Sile patittaya naro sapanyo chittang panyang cha bhavayang Atapi nipako bhikkhu so imang vijataye jatang. With this verse, by supplying explanations to this verse, Venerable Buddhaghosa could write a wonderful summary to the entire teachings of the Buddha. Now, actually, if somebody is interested or asked that what is the handbook that could be used as an entrance to the entire teachings of the Buddha, we can name without any hesitation Visuddhimagga as that handbook. But of course, it is a very advanced work, and it is for advanced learners and practitioners. When we read the first chapter, Sila Niddesa, with its introduction of the Visuddhimagga, we can find many gathas, many verses, many quotations that could be used as summaries of the teachings of the Buddha or the path of purification. Now, the verse we quote today, Sabba papassa akaranang kusalassa upasampada sachitta pariyodapanang etang buddhana sasanang. This verse that is recorded in the Sagatha Vagga of the Samyutta Nikaya, and again in the Dhammapada, gives the following meaning. Sabba papassa akaranam. Not doing of all evil or sins. Sabba means all. Papassa akaranam. Not doing of all evil. Not performing, not engaging in any of evil deeds. Kusalassa upasampada. Kusala, the wholesome. Upasampada, advancing, developing within oneself the wholesome power, wholesome qualities. Then Sachitta Pariyodapana. Sachitta means own mind, one's own mind. Pariyodapana, taming. Taming one's own mind completely. Etang Buddhana Sasanam. This is the message of the Buddha. This is the message of the Buddha. Of the Buddhas. Buddhas, not according to the meaning of this verse. This very verse summarizes the teachings of all the Buddhas. All the Buddhas means all the Buddhas in the past, all the Buddhas in the present, and all the Buddhas in the future, in the time to come. Now, we know in our daily chantings and among the verses we use for daily worship, there is a verse as follows. That is, Yecha Buddha Atitacha, Yecha Buddha Anagata, Pachuppanna che Buddha, Ahang Vandami Sabbada. Actually, this verse is for worshipping the Buddhas. Yecha Buddha Atitacha, those Buddhas who were in the past. Yecha Buddha Anagata, those Buddhas who will be in future. Pachuppanna che Buddha, Buddhas in the present. At present, although there is no a Buddha in this world, in human world now, there are Buddhas living, preaching in other universes. Therefore, all these Buddhas who lived in the past and will be living in future and are living at now, at the moment, they teach three things mainly. Three main things. Sabba papas akaranam, not doing all evil. Now, what is meant by evil in the teachings of the Buddha? That is very important to think. That is very important to know. Sabba papassa akarana. Here, papa is the word used. Evil things, misdeed. We all know that human beings have three kinds of power with human personality. That is the power of mind. That means the power to think, thinking power. Then power of expression, that human beings are able to express, say things, transfer messages to other people, to the minds of other people. One person thinks something, then he organizes it within the limits of his mind, then he transfers it to others to be taken, that message to be taken, that is communication. So we know that among beings, the human beings are capable of a wonderful communication power. Then third is the physical power, the power of physicality, physical body. These three kind of powers, the power of mind, power of expression, power of body. In the teachings of the Buddha, these three kinds of energy that are being used by humans for make their living are called Kaya Dwara, the door of body. Vachi Dwara, door of words. Then Mano Dwara, door of mind. Physical power is the door of body. Power of expression is the door of words. Then thinking power is Manodwara, door of mind. Now Buddhism understands in the teachings of the Buddha, the understanding is observable that they are explained as powers. So the physical power goes to world from this body. So a kind of power goes to world through this physical door, Kaya Dwara. Another kind of power passes to the world through the power of mind, through the door of mind, that a person thinks something, and that thinking power, once it is communicated to other, could make changes in their minds. That again could lead to the change of physicality and the change of environment. We know that the development of philosophy, the development of religion, the development of science, then the development of technology, etc. They have made the turning points of human history, human civilization. If we see carefully, the governing powers behind them are thinking power, power of expression, and physical power. Thinking power is transformed to some idea, and that is transferred through communication. Then that is changed into a form of physical power. So individually, humans use these three doors: Kaya, body; Vachi, Vacha, word; then Mano, mind, for sending power to the world. Not only that, human being himself or herself achieves or gets power through these doors. Through mind, one can make himself or herself powerful. Then through the power of expression, persons, human beings, could be empowered. Physical changes are also like that. We know that by doing some certain kinds of physical changes, rhythmically and scientifically, changes could be done within the body. Then they could transform the personality of a particular individual to another special form. We know that a normal person, when after going through the physical training of military, he becomes a soldier. So the body activity, activeness, the working power of a soldier is very much different from an average person. Like that, these three powers work for human being. And the Buddha says that we have to understand them as powers as well as doors. Physical power, mental power, and power of expression. So today, this could be just simple introduction to the verse. I invite all you to study it thoroughly, study it more, and make it the life principles in this life and in the lives to come. May all the gods be happy with the merits of this Dhamma. May all the dead and departed ones be happy with the merits of this Dhamma. May all beings be well and happy with the merits of this Dhamma. May all you be able to develop wholesome powers within you to achieve Nibbana, the emancipation. Sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatta. Sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatta. Sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatta.
Buddhist sermon was delivered by Venerable Dr. Deniyaye Pangnaloka Buddharakkita Tero.